Good morning, friends. This is Father Tim. It is Wednesday morning, and we are, in all likelihood, going to now be completing our reading of Lamentations. I can't imagine not finishing it today, this morning, in fact. We are going to be resuming at chapter 4, verse 6. There's only 5 chapters, and each of these last 2 chapters has 22 verses. So we don't really have a whole long way to go. And so, friends, let's get ready to read. We're down to these last 2. Oh, yeah, by the way, remember, I was reminded of this looking at this earlier. I said each of these last 2 chapters is 22 verses. Well, as it turns out, chapters 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 are all 22 verses, and chapter 3 is 66. 22 3 times. Oh, right. There's 22 verses. I mean, 22 letters in the alphabet. And each verse begins with the next consecutive letter of the alphabet. So normally I would say there are no such thing as verses in the scriptures. There's no verse numbers. Only here, yeah, Lamentations, it kind of is. Well, it's just instead of numbers, it's the next consecutive single letter of the Hebrew alphabet that points out, oh yes, next verse, next. So, the first 2 chapters and the last 2 chapters go through the alphabet once. The middle chapter, chapter 3, goes through the alphabet 3 times. So here we are. This is a difficult chapter, chapter 4, the siege of Jerusalem, the past, how things were, the siege, how things are now. Chapter 5, communal prayer for God's mercy, lament on behalf of others. And then the book ends with a paradox. Lord, you reign as king forever. Why do you forget us and forsake us? Let's read, friends. And as I mentioned, I shared both of these because, well, I do suspect we are going to complete our reading of Lamentations this morning at this hour. Be reading from the left-hand column, the Complete Jewish Bible. The right-hand column have the text of the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition, and since they line up pretty well, we won't be doing a split windows. This is just one window, which is certainly way easier. Let's get our window timer up here. Let's read and complete our exploration of the Book of Lamentations. How the gold has lost its luster. Oh, wait, no, we read that. I'm sorry. Focus, Tim. Not enough coffee yet. We're starting at verse 6. That's that's where we're starting. Verse 6. For the offense of the daughter of my people is greater than the sin of Sodom, which was overthrown in an instant without a hand to help her. Remember, the sin of Sodom is not what most contemporary people think it is. Ezekiel made that clear. The sin of Sodom was the lack of hospitality. That's it. I know. Not very exciting. Verse 7, her princes were purer than snow, they were whiter than milk. Their bodies more ruddy than pink pearls, as beautiful as sapphires. Now their faces are blacker than coal. In the streets they go unrecognized. Their skin has shriveled over their bones and become as dry as a stick. Those slain by the sword are better off than those who are dying from hunger. Since these waste away as if pierced through for lack of food from the fields. With their own hands, compassionate women have cooked their own children. Their children became their food when the daughter of my people was destroyed. Adonai has finished with his fury. He has poured out his blazing wrath. He kindled a fire in Zion that consumed its very foundations. The kings of the earth could not believe, neither could anyone living in the world, that enemy or foe would ever enter the gates of Yerushalayim. The Yerushalayim, remember, is the Hebrew name for Jerusalem. It happened because of the sins of her prophets and the offenses of her Kohanim, the priests and the descendants of the priests, who within her walls shed the blood of the righteous. They wander in the streets like the blind. They are so polluted with blood that nobody is able even to touch their clothing. Keep away, unclean, people shout at them. Keep away, away, don't touch us. They flee to wander here and there, but no nation allows them to stay. Adonai himself scattered them. He will no longer look after them. They had no respect for Kohanim and showed no kindness to the leaders. As for us, our eyes are worn out from looking in vain for help. We kept on watching and watching for a nation that couldn't save us. They kept dogging our steps so that we can't go out in our streets. Our end is near, our time is up. Yes, our end has come. Those who pursued us were swifter than eagles in the sky. They chased us over the mountains and waylaid us in the desert. Adonai's anointed, our life breath was caught in their pits. Though of him we had said, under his protection, we can live among the nations. Rejoice, be glad, daughter of Edom, who lives in the land of Uz. You too, to you too, the cup will pass. You will get drunk and strip yourself naked. Your offenses, daughter of Zion, are atoned for. He will keep you in exile no longer. Your offenses, daughter of Edom, he will punish. He will expose your sins. Remember, Adonai, what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace. The land we possessed has been passed on to strangers, our homes to foreigners. We have become fatherless orphans. Our mothers now are widows. We have to pay to drink our own water. We have to buy our own wood. The yoke is on our necks. We are persecuted. We toil to exhaustion, but are given no rest. We made pacts with Egypt and Assyria, to get enough food. Our ancestors sinned and no longer exist. We bear the weight of their guilt. We are ruled by slaves, and there is no one to save us from their power. We get our food at the peril of our lives because of the sword in the desert. Our skins are as black as a furnace because of the searing blasts of famine. They have raped the women of Zion, virgins in the cities of Yehuda, Hebrew for Judah. Princes are hung up by their hands. Leaders receive no respect. Young men are compelled to grind at the mill. Boys stagger under loads of wood. The old men have deserted the city gate. The young men have given up their music. Joy has vanished from our hearts. Our dancing is turned into mourning. The crown has fallen from our heads. Woe to us, for we have sinned. This is why our hearts are sick. This is why our eyes grow dim. It's because of Mount Zion, so wasted that jackals have overrun it. You, Adonai, reign forever. Your throne endures through all generations. Why do you never remember us? Why abandon us for so long a time? Adonai, turn us back to you, and we will come back. Renew our days as they were in the past, unless you have totally rejected us in a fury that knows no limits. Adonai, turn us back to you, and we will come back. Renew our days as they were in the past. Interesting to note there that the complete Jewish Bible repeats, as it were, a closing antiphon, verse 21. But that isn't repeated in the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition. And I don't see any note in my study Bible about that, but it makes sense. The last word of Lamentations is penitent and desperate. Remember your people. Well, friends, that does indeed bring us to the end of our time in Lamentations. Not sure what we'll be reading next, but something will be next. Well, of course, we'll continue reading through Romans and Ecclesiasticus, but something else will take this spot in which Lamentations has been seated. And with that, one down on this new cycle. Prayers in a few moments on this and a dreary Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday. Peace be with you.